Have you ever been tempted to switch colour supply for your salon? Or maybe you're currently contemplating it. I changed colour suppliers once when I was a salon owner. And let me tell you now, it was not as plain sailing as I imagined it to be. So in this episode today, I'm going to be telling you the pros, if there is one, and the cons of changing your colour salon supplier. So let's get to it. Okay, but before we start, if you enjoy this video at any point, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss another video. Weekly, I'm going to be sharing with you salon business and marketing advice that will make your salon become top dog. So that's like, subscribe, ring that bell. Just going to set the scene. I'm not going to use the actual names of the colour brands that I was dealing with. I'm going to alter them for the purpose of this video. But nevertheless, this is the scene that happened. My salons had been with colour brand A for many years. But colour brand B kept coming into the salon, reminding us that they were there and they wanted to work with us. One day, colour brand B offered us £15,000 to use them and their products. So, for £15,000 of reasons, I got bought. Now, £15,000 is a good chunk of money, and even in today's world, it's a hell of a lot of money. It came in useful to the business. But if only I'd have seen through the £15,000 and thought about the knock-on effects, I'd have thought again maybe. I really would. Let's start with the cons. Let's get them out the way first, because in truth, they're the most important that I need to make you aware of. Firstly, you're going to have to skin test every colour client. Yes, you'll have to skin test all your clients again. Once we knew we were changing suppliers, when the client came in to have their usual hair colour appointment, upon exit, we skin test them with colour brand B. So that way, we could continue delivering colour services. It was a timely job and it seemed never ending. If you do move from one colour brand to another colour brand, you have to accept that your colour certifications with the one you're currently with will become worthless. So if you're a colour brand colour specialist, you can't take that with you to your new colour brand because you're no longer using their products or services. So basically, when I did it, all my salon colour specialists that was giving us our exclusivity and what we were driving our business through, gone. And it didn't take an overnight process to become a colour specialist again, as you know. Because simply, you can't be specialists in one colour brand and use another colour on your customers. And let's just say, to be a colour specialist is roughly about what, £3,000? So if you have 3 of them within your business like I did, all that time and money wasted. And not just the colour specialist course itself, it's the courses to get to the specialist course wasted. So be prepared to reinvest in training, because they aren't just going to throw out certificates just like that. Courses will need to be paid for again. And on the subject of training, the new supplier will also have to send their own technical trainer to your salon. So you'll either have to close, call all your staff in to give your stylist some education about their colours, telling you about the differences from the colours that you previously used with the salon. It's never-ending education. Now, I know some salon owners can underestimate the true value of a business relationship. In my situation, when I owned my salons and we were moving, we had formed an excellent relationship over the years with Colour Brand A. They even let us borrow their offices for model castings and photo shoots. We had built up a great working relationship. But obviously once we moved suppliers to Colour Brand B, the relationship with Colour Brand A was terminated. Gone. We now had to develop a new business relationship with Colour Brand B, which was going to take years. So if you're thinking about changing colour suppliers, be prepared to be the new kid on the block. And what I mean by that is the salon being a new customer with a new supplier. The new supplier may not jump through the hoops the old supplier would have. So what comes with a new supplier? New delivery methods? New stock issues? Well, that's what I experienced. It was a complete mess. The new supplier was a logistical nightmare, and it was a right pain in my butt. My salons were used to a brand that was always having stock, and it was like clockwork with the logistics. We ran a really well-oiled engine. So when key colours failed to arrive from the new supplier and developers were being out of stock, it was a nightmare. They called it teething issues. I called it an appalling service. But because we had been bought, it seemed they could do what they want. We were in a 5-year contract and we had a sales target to hit, so we couldn't even go to a warehouse. We were completely locked in. Now, I've obviously just touched on a few of the main business problems that I encountered. What about the poor customers who were used to Colour Brand A's colour in my salon? But now they're going to have to get used to Colour Brand B colours. Yes, have to. Don't have a choice. But trust me, they will notice even the lightest shade difference. They are a different manufacturer, so it will be different. No matter how much of a hair magician you really are or your team are, there is a difference, whether it's the colour or the feel on the client. They will notice. That's it. Yeah, what am I thinking? The £15,000. But that's about it. I was already with an amazing brand that I had years of good business relationship with. And in hindsight, I wish I'd have stayed them at the time. But from that experience came this episode in making you aware of the issues. So lucky you. It may not be as rosy as you think when that supplier pushes the pound notes under the nose of your business. It really isn't just about change of suppliers, and that's that. It comes with its own challenges. Okay, so if you're seriously thinking about making a change, then make sure you do the following first. Contact some manufacturers' customers. Not the ones you see in the magazines talking about them, but the salons under the radar. Ask them questions about costs of training, do they have any delivery issues, what's the quality of the products like, what's good about them, what's bad about them, and what's the representative like? Are they proactive, responsive, or don't you ever see or hear of them? You need to ask real customers real questions to get real answers. From that research, you then build up a picture of who your new supplier is going to be. Also, make sure you price up the cost of any replacement training that you've had with the previous colour supplier that you're going to need with your new colour supplier. As I've said, the previous colour training will be worthless and you'll need the new supplier certification, so get a like-for-like quote. From those two actions, you'll be able to determine whether it's right for you to change colour supplier. You have to remember this: your clients come to the business because of you and not because you use a certain brand of colours. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, my experience might be totally different to others, and that's okay. But I guess the formula of skin tests, worthless previous colour certifications, new business relationships, teething problems, and new colour looks for the clients will remain the same. So make your choice after extensive research and make it wisely. Think long and hard about it, and think if it's the right for your salon and not the bank balance. Being honest, and I'm sorry to say this, all the manufacturers care about is the volume of sales and profit. They really don't care about your salon, and that's honesty. If you weren't spending money with them, they wouldn't be your friend. Harsh truth that, but it's reality. So therefore, if I had salons again, the only ever way I would decide to change suppliers of colours will be if the manufacturer continuously had stock issues that led to an adverse effect of my salon, meaning losing money because of their problems, or they simply got too expensive for their boots. Either way, that is the only time I would think about leaving. This is Mitch Means Business, and thank you for watching.